Hey loves, good morning. Today we're actually going to switch the way that we normally visualize in order to see a massive shift in our reality with our specific person. So if you're manifesting love and you like to visualize, because I can go over some topics or ideas to help with visualizing. If you aren't necessarily the one or the person who loves visualizing, you can journal this as well. But it was actually something I figured out during a coaching call with a client. And it was a way in which we can shift the way we feel and force ourselves into the wish fulfilled right here and right now. So how do we normally visualize? And maybe I'll begin first and foremost with this concept. If you ever have a hard time visualizing, I'm going to go over this really quick because I think it's something that's really, really important. And I always tell any person who's manifesting, who wants to visualize and feels like they can't, I would ask you first, if you can dream, then you can visualize. If you've ever had a dream before, then you can visualize. If you've daydreamed before, then you can visualize. But the trick I've always found when it comes to visualizing is anyone who says they have a hard time with it or a problem with it, usually they're trying to visualize in an area in which visualizations don't take place. Most of the time, we connect this concept of visualization. So let's say we want to imagine our specific person blowing up our phone. Maybe that's something we want to do. In that case, we instantly, because it's vision, we connect it with our eyes. But visualizations don't occur with your eyes, they occur in your mind. When you're dreaming, you don't have your eyes open. So think about that. And when you're daydreaming, you see stuff around you, so through your eyes, but you're visualizing in your mind. And the way I always like to say this, and everybody, if you guys have known me or heard me say this before, you know exactly what I'm about to state. I want you to think about a penguin in a top hat who is sliding down the desert slopes in the Sahara Desert. So think about that. Just think about it. Don't have to close your eyes. Just think about it watching this video. Something came to mind, right? There was that penguin in the top hat on the sled, right? It was there. And maybe you imagine dunes and other things along with it. But that's where your visualization takes place, not through your eyes. So when you close your eyes, you're going to see darkness because photons are entering into your eyes. But where that penguin occurred, that's where our visualization takes place. So anytime you go into a visualization, I want you to find the penguin in the top hat. Remember that so you can easily jump back into it. But so into now what we usually visualize. So usually we imagine and visualize things happening with our specific person, right? Them coming to us, maybe them blowing up their phone, things like that to get ourselves into the state. But there's actually something you can do in the opposite that is actually going to put you into the state, and it's not going to be connected to any of your limiting beliefs or limiting factors that are on your mind. And so here it is. Instead of imagining your specific person coming to you and how happy you would feel, this opposite way is going to improve your self-concept massively. Think about and imagine how happy your specific person is going to feel when they're with you. And the reason, and just think about it for a moment, the reason this works out so well, because again, it doesn't take into account, or we usually have limiting beliefs that factor or stop us from believing something. But if you're just imagining how awesome your specific person's going to feel when they're with you, or imagine how happy they are when you text them, or how amazing it is when they get to go on a date with you, all of the limiting beliefs begin to completely cease. And the reason that this is because we're not thinking about ourselves. We're thinking about ourselves as we are and our specific person loving to be with us as we are. So it's actually pushing us further into the feeling of the moment right now. So again, go into some sort of visualization, try it after this, try it later, try it in the future. Imagine how happy your specific person's going to be when they're with you, when they're chasing you, when they get to go on a date with you, when they're calling you, right? How happy are they? Imagine from their perspective, and it's going to get you into that feeling a little bit better. And don't worry as well if you were told, oh my gosh, aren't we always supposed to imagine from the first person point of view? Aren't we supposed to do this and do that? I would say look at how it makes you feel. If it makes you feel more into the state, more loved, more desired, more pursued, then that's all that matters. It matters about feeling as if you have it right now. So the way at which we do it, in the same way that, let's say I felt like this was my lucky ring. This is something outside of me that is I'm perceiving to give me luck, but the luck is always within. So the techniques are the same way. You can give power to them, quote unquote, because it's actually giving the power or putting you into the state that you are feeling internally right here and right now. So that's something I feel like it's so fun. I was telling people in my coaching sessions and trying it out myself, and it is so fun to do, just to think about how happy your specific person's going to be when they are with you. And so in this way, if you do have limiting beliefs, if you have anxiety, if you have worry, and you're like, I just can't imagine. I feel like me imagining or being happy, being fulfilled with my specific person coming into my reality, it's just too hard. I can't think it. I'm not good enough. I'm not this. Well, think about it in the opposite. Think of how happy your specific person is to reach out to you, to be with you. Because really, it's kind of funny whenever, and I'm sure you've heard me talk about this before, but whenever someone has, or anytime someone kind of goes against the idea of manifestation, and we're all open here, we're all law of assumption, and someone will say like, oh, that's ridiculous. You shouldn't be changing people's mind. And I'll probably go into a whole nother video about this, but think about it in this way. Don't you think anyone, like, what's wrong? What do you think is wrong with us that you think that person wouldn't be blessed to have you in their life? It's like absolutely crazy, right? Like, don't you think you would bless someone's life being in there, or your husband, your wife, your spouse is going to be happy being with you? Then what's kind of the worry or the problem, and what's holding us back with these manifestations? So never, ever allow anything in your external reality to have you think that you're not worthy and deserving of exactly what it is that you want. So always, always keep that in mind. And again, I want you guys to try it out. Imagine visualizing from their perspective, seeing how happy they are when you text them, when you call them, or when they text and call you, or when they see you on their date. Or imagine, you could even go further and imagine for like future scenarios, for your honeymoon, your wedding. Imagine how happy and lucky they are to be in that case. And again, it eliminates any worry of limiting beliefs. And then it also ups your self-concept, because that feels great to know that someone is finding and so happy and lucky to be with you, or to want to be with you in your reality. So try it out and let me know what you guys think. If you did have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments section below. And then also remember, you can always reach out to me on my website if you did want to send me a personal question, or you wanted to sign up for one-on-one coaching at kyleaugustcoaching.com. So definitely check that out if you want. I do seminars every Sunday, so I actually have one coming up that is called Your Specific Person is Blowing Up Your Phone. So if it's after October 22nd, this Sunday. If it's after that, it's already available, so you don't have to worry about it. But thank you guys so much for stopping by today. Leave a thumbs up on this video if you really enjoyed it. And then don't forget to subscribe as well, so you don't miss any of my videos. And then I can hear your awesome and amazing success story when you comment it down below. But have a great rest of your day, guys.